Looking for leadership, some of corporate America's most famous names are gathering in D.C. today. They are debating key issues, everything from energy to taxes. We'll talk to one of the headliners, former Medtronic boss Bill George, right after this.
Okay.
All right, top executives and policymakers have gathered in Washington for the Wall Street Journal's CEO Council. They'll be tackling key public policy issues like energy security and the future of global finance. Joining us right now from the conference is Bill George, a professor of management practice at Harvard Business School and the former chairman and CEO of Medtronic. And Bill, it's great to see you this morning.
Good morning, Becky. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. You may have heard that conversation that Joe was just having with Joel about what's happening, all of the uncertainty still, even though health care reform's been passed. Obviously, as the former head of Medtronic, this is something you probably thought a lot about. Could you tell us where you think this is headed?
Well, I think all healthcare stacks are undervalued right now, and because there is so much uncertainty. We're 5 weeks before the end of the year, and no one knows what their healthcare premium is going to be next year. No one knows what their taxes are going to be. So as far as Washington goes, there's not a great deal of certainty. But I think there's a lot of optimistic signs out there. Companies are doing well. Profits are up. I hear a lot of optimism. I think this GM IPO is going to go very well. We see how well Ford's done. Caterpillar just spent $8 billion to invest to export more. So I think among the CEOs here, there's optimism, but we've got to do it here in the United States. As President Obama said the other day, America can't do well unless its businesses succeed. Finally, he's taking the message, and I hope this will carry over to what will probably be a gridlock Congress.
Bill, do you think that optimism you're hearing from other CEOs, what they're thinking about things, extends to the point where they're ready to really start hiring? I know Caterpillar, we talked to the chairman and CEO yesterday, he's hiring at this point, but that seems to be the exception, not the rule.
Hiring is going to be very limited right now because there's going to be hiring, but it's not necessarily going to be in the United States because all the incentives are to invest elsewhere. We're in a global competition right now, not just with China, but with India and Singapore and Germany. I was in England yesterday, and the English are getting their act together. I think as a country, we've got to recognize that we have to invest in America. We can't keep trying to drive consumers ever deeper into debt. We can't do it strictly by government deficits. We have to do something to incentivize companies to invest here, just like every other country is doing for its companies. And I think until we do that, you're not going to see the jobs really come back. We're facing the threat of a jobless recovery.
Yeah, it's a trying time for the economy, Bill. But 300 years, great economy, still best in the world. Everyone agrees with that. It'd be nice to grease the skids somehow. But even if you just get out of the way, you figure a lot of good things will happen. But I was struck by something you said. You used the word finally like 3 or 4 times when you said finally, saying that business is important for the health of the country. Finally saying it is different than telling the people beneath you and the agencies that you control to get out of the way and to start doing the business-friendly things. Do you really think that you're going to have instructions from the top, from this administration, to really start being business-friendly, or you're just hearing, happy talk?
Joe, I think it's wait and see right now. The president can't do it alone. I mean, where are the secretaries of Commerce and Treasury out there carrying this message? Where are the regulators in health getting the message that we want to bring this kind of sanity? How about on the financial reform side? We need the clarity. CEOs don't want to be spending time in Washington watching their backside. They want to be out promoting their business.
Watching other people's
backside. I think we need that level of certainty right now. And we don't need gridlock, but maybe gridlock's better than more regulations at this stage.
Bill, we hope you'll join us next time you're in the New York area. Join us here on set. It's been great talking to you.
I'd love to. Thanks, Becky.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Bill.